If you were to list the 5 things you could not live without, electricity would have to be on that list.
Hello.
Lighting up your home, powering up your computer, or charging your mobile phone. Electricity plays an indispensable part in our lives. But what is electricity anyway? Science only explains how electricity works, but not what electricity is. Let's take an analogy. How would you define weather? Weather isn't made up of any stuff. It isn't made up of sunlight or water molecules or nitrogen particles, is it? It is basically just an idea or a concept that involves rain, that involves sunshine, that involves snow and clouds. Water is weather when it's falling as rain, but water in a bucket is not weather even if it's filled with rainwater. So we human beings decide when to call something weather and when not to. Similarly, electricity doesn't really exist except in our minds. It is basically just a concept or an idea that assimilates a bunch of happenings together. Looking for electricity inside a wire is the same thing as collecting rainwater in order to look for tiny particles of weather inside it. Objects are made of molecules. Molecules are made of atoms. And atoms are made of electric charges. The nucleus of the atom contains positively charged protons, and around it we have the negatively charged electrons. Therefore, when you look at an object, don't imagine that it's only made up of tiny little atoms. Instead, imagine that it's made up of something even smaller, little tiny electric charges. Now, what would happen if we could make these electric charges flow around inside the object? Then we would have an electric current. Simply put, electric current is the net flow of charge in any particular direction. We measure current as the rate at which a charge flows past a point in an object. So if we take a cross-section of an object and measure the quantity of charge passing through, it gives us the magnitude of the current. Current, denoted as I, is equal to total charge Q by the total time t taken for all the charges to flow.